Hey everyone, Mherex here bringing you another video. This one is on Aleister Black Fade to Black, the newest zombie edition. I do not get to keep this character. I have him for the preview. He will be taken from my roster after the preview is over. The only difference this time is that you also have this character. So hopefully you're enjoying the event so far. It's a pretty cool idea. I think it's awesome that Scopely has decided to do it this way. Y'all get a chance to check them out and play them and have some fun with them. I'm gonna feature 3 build sets: a 3-star build set, a 4-star, and a 5-star. I do not have a strap on him, and I am not going to use any rare trainers. They're all going to be extremely common, easy to access trainers. So trying to make this very realistic preview for a lot of you out there. If you have better ones, I'll discuss them as well, and you can obviously equip them. At the end, I'm gonna talk a little bit. I'm very opinionated and I like expressing them, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about the event, what I think about it, and all that kind of stuff at the end. So stick around for that if you like. Other than that, let's jump in here and start taking a look at him right away. He does have, I want to cover this because I tend to forget this. He does have the normal zombie links, so 50% more bleed with the 2020s, 20% more health, and then modern era for gem damage. No gear on him yet. Coach so far just says receive 1% less damage from loot gems, assuming that's going to be updated when he's live in the game. And since we're going to take a look at all of the moves, we'll just talk about them as we use them. We're gonna, this first move set, use double red purple, all very low charge moves, so we're gonna be hitting a lot of moves every turn. We're gonna use the bleed, that's the knee that should not be, 54k 2 turns. Health steal, we're gonna steal 62k, and then brainbuster of sorrow, we're gonna make 3 random gems into red gems every turn. For the Entourage, there's a couple ways you can go with this. I decided to go the health steal route, even though the bleed is more damage. I do like getting more health back, keeping me full. The bleed would be higher damage. Striker Seth is who you would use for the bleed. I'm going with Roman Reigns, adding 50% more health steal. Big John Studd, we're making more reds, so now we're doing 7. Cena, we're going to receive 20% less red gem damage. Since we're going against Vader, put him in there, we'll take less damage from the reds. And then Zombie Balor for the 10% health steal. That he gets at 9k. So that's the trainer's going to use. Again, you could use Striker Seth, could use Zombie Rock if you have him for 75% health steal. And then for coaches, if you had him, Hollywood Hogan would let you make 8 instead of 7. I think there's a Hall of Fame that makes red. Can't think of it off the top of my head, but if you have him, you know you would use him. And then Kyrie for bleed is who I would use if I had Kyrie. So if you have Kyrie, toss her in on the bleed. If I had Kyrie, I probably would also use Seth and just double down on that bleed, but I don't, so I won't. Gonna go against Vader. He has no straps, so we're even that way. And then for my bonuses, I do have tour perks. They're not maxed. Helps if I click the right guy here. I have starting MP starts with 2. This bleed is the monthly bonus for the zombies. So I have the health is from the tour perks. 2 starting more MP, and then matching you get an extra. So those are the bonuses I have to start. So let's get in here against Vader and do some work. So one of the things about Aleister Black that's pretty cool is he's a pretty big metalhead. He loves metal, and so all of his moves are named after Metallica songs, which is kind of cool. So ideally, this is not how you want to start. Normally, you'd pick up a red and you'd start the bleed and the heal right away. We'll have to wait till the next turn. It's not too big a deal because pretty much all the damage we're going to take, we're going to heal back. The only downside about spamming reds is Vader is a powerhouse, and he's going to be looking to fill his finisher, and we could potentially get too many reds on the board and take some big damage, but it's not going to matter with black. There we go, picking up some reds, and this time we get the cascade, so we couldn't double stack it. You can see, though, he's going to be doing a lot of moves. Every turn, you start stacking that bleed. We should be able to get at least this one, and if we get a 5 match, we could maybe even get a second one going here, because we have a lot of pin bar to work with. Really straightforward build set to play. Doesn't require a lot of thinking. You're not placing gems, so you can get through the moves pretty quick, but you are using a lot of them. And for sure, if we had gotten a red match on turn 1, this match would be over here. It might still be anyway, because we have a lot of bleed stacked up. So let's see what happens here. Take that row break. Oh, that's bizarre. He didn't even have to kick out. Can't say I've seen that before. Huh. Alright. He didn't even match any gems and kicked out. That's crazy. Kicked out with ease. Normally we'd end up healing back a bunch, but he's dead, so we're only going to get 8k there. Either way, pretty easy win, about as bad as the board is going to go. But pretty easy win even with a bad board. So that's actually worse than he would normally play, but still easy win. So again, and I like this build set here for blitzes, for tours, showdown. You get started fast. You're gonna heal a bunch. Probably not so much for feud. I think this next build set is what I would run in feud, and also ends up kind of being my favorite of the build sets. So let's switch over to that here. This one uses his finisher. I kind of think of this build as like a big boom build here. So the finisher is quite beefy. 303k, but you do stun yourself for 2 turns. This is where that anti-stun strap would come in handy. If you have that equipped, you are not going to be stunning yourself. Then we're going to switch over to the sub. Basically, 5-turn sub that litters the board in silence gems, so your opponent isn't going to get a lot of matches. And then we're going to use the choose purple gems to load the finisher. The Whiplash Moonsault, Call of Cthulhu, and Blackout Rush is what we're using. So those are the moves. Swap his trainers around. I'm going to go with George Steele, generate more green. So this will have the sub ready for us turn 1 with the 2 MP perk, just like you would have in feud if you have the MP up. It helps if I have this filtered right. So we're going to use Steel. Card everyone should have. We're going to use Big Show, Trickster. Another one everyone should have. And he's going to buff that finisher quite large, 440k. That's a very beefy finisher. We're going to leave Cena on there. This last spot You could do a couple different things. You could potentially put Bruno on for more sub damage. He will add more sub turns, so that will give, you know, less silence gems on the board, a little bit more damage. Doesn't really matter too much to me. You could also potentially run Champa if you wanted to keep silence gems on the board. I don't think I'd go that route in this build set. Maybe on the next one I'm going to show you. So either of those are options. Again, you could put Hogan on and get one more with the choose, but you'll see we don't really need it when we get in here. Oh, I suppose we'll heal up. It's not going to matter, but we'll heal up. So again, this is how it would roll in feud with MP up perks. I like this build a lot. It's super safe, not much chance of losing, especially if you had an anti-stun strap. Then it would be quite scary. Very little chance of not finishing him though, and you'll see what I mean. So starting off, we're going to throw the sub out right away. And I do want to mention, while we're doing this, while you have this, guys, make sure you're checking your zombie tours. And if you haven't been able to beat one, maybe this Aleister Black can beat it for you. Maybe he fills a requirement you didn't have met. We'll get into that more in a second. So now we're going to use the choose move. If you look, I only need 6. So 2-3 matches will do it. And because we use the sub, we have a ton of pin bar to work with. So just 2-3 matches is all you need. So there's 1, and there's 2. And no danger really of ever pinning them in this situation. So very safe. So we're going to hit the finisher right here. 440k. It will stun us, but that's insanely hard to kick out of. And I love the animation on that finisher. Yeah, no chance. Even if he wouldn't have hit the loot gems, no chance. Still 314k left. So, I've actually used this on harder guys on the road when I was testing it, strapped up guys. And maybe I'll do one at the very end just to show you. That I love that moveset. It's nasty, and I think it would be really great in feud. If you had the anti-stun, no worries whatsoever. But even without it, I don't think it matters. So I really like that moveset. We'll get into the final one here. This is my least favorite of all of them. It's the 5-star moveset. Only one move only one move changes. Oops. There we go. Here we go. We're taking the blackout rush out and we're putting the blackened mass in, which makes 47 silence gems into green gems. So basically, you're hitting the sub and you're littering the board with silence gems, and then you're turning them all green. There's also a choose purple to get back to that if you need it. However, it's only 3 MP, so not really needing it too much, but it does make sure you recycle. We're only going to make one change here. We're going to swap out Big Show for Booker T, green gem damage. And I know a lot of people might be wondering why Booker T. He's got a choose move. Why not just put Daniel Bryan in? So Daniel Bryan would give you a choose 9 purple gems. But if you look with Booker T, our gem damage, the green is nearly as strong as the purple now. And potentially we're making a lot more of the board green. So you're going to get a lot more damage out of Booker T than Daniel Bryan. Sticking with John Cena. And then here is where Champa makes a lot of sense. Ciampa's rare, and I said I wasn't going to use rare trainers, so I won't. At least in this video here. But if you put Ciampa on, the sub's only going to last for 3 turns, and a lot more of the board is going to be green, and he will do more damage than you'll see this way. So I would take Balor out and put Ciampa in. But he's pretty rare, so we'll just run him like this, and you guys can see what this is like. And back to what I was saying. Make sure and do your tours. If you haven't done road tours, if you don't have a really strong guy, he is gonna bang through the road. He's just gonna smoke through it, and you're gonna not have to use many health packs. So get out there, do road tours while you have them. Get a bunch of that stuff done, guys. Now's the perfect time for it. If you haven't done all of your blitzes for your faction, run them through blitz. You're not gonna need health packs. Make sure and take advantage of this. Super strong character, and you can run them through all your tours and stuff. So again, starting off with a sub right away, it would be this way in Feud 2. And this is where I would definitely run Champa, because he only has 3 turns to break silence gems, so the whole board is basically going to be covered at that point. We're still going to have a ton of the board left, and now we're going to make it all green. You could do the choose into the purple here. And I have some gem board to work with, so just for damage, we'll do... Boy, that takes a while there. We'll do those 2 there, because we're not breaking any silence gems, and this one here, and we'll call it good so we don't force a pin. So get some extra damage that way, and then go ahead and make everything else green. And this is why I decided to use Booker T. That's a lot of green. So 233k, and it recycled. And then you just repeat it. So again, another pretty strong moveset. Really no danger of losing. Absolute control guy with the sub. Both of these moves are control. This one and the previous one. Very little chance of ever losing. Now we have a bunch of pin board to work with. Pin bar. Let's do a 4 match there, and we'll just take these 3. And this should probably do it here. Again, every silence gem left will be green, and that's why Champa would be a lot better. 2 less turns, so... $168k, not bad. Moves filled again. And this is the reason I don't like it more than the previous build, because it's going to take longer. Because maybe with Champa, not so much. He would have stayed down. But this one's my least favorite of the 3. This time there's a bunch of silence gems left. Again, a bunch of pin bar to work with. I mean, if we wanted to, why not? We have the wild card. I love the animation on that. It's a lot of green, guys. That would have been probably the hardest hitting one out of the 3. So another really easy win. Pretty fun. And now let's do, since all of them were such easy wins, let's do one bonus match here. Why not? Let's go on the road. Round 4. Who should we... Let's... No one has a class advantage this way, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, no class advantages for anyone. Jimmy, very strapped. 20% more gem damage, 20% all gem defense, a bunch of other ones. So he's very strapped up. But let's go to that, the one I called the Big Boomer. Let's go back to that, because this is the one I like a lot. Change back to that finisher with the stun. And put Big Show back on. And let me know in the comments, guys, when you're watching this, if you prefer me using him with normal trainers that aren't super rare, or if you would have preferred to have seen him with like zombie rock training for the health steel move Champa on the previous one. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm very interested in making these videos so you guys enjoy them the most. All right, I think we're all set up right. Let's get back in here and take on Jimmy on hell mode. All strapped up. Yeah, almost 50% reduction in gem. 18% on move. Alright. Plenty of pin bar to work with. We still only need 3 purple matches. Or, sorry, 2 sets of 3. That takes a while to get to that choose. So we got that one, and we got this one. But I don't like this one because the red there. Let's do it like that. Much less chance of a force pin. Okay. Now we're going to hit the Big Boomer. There is some reduction for him on this. I would love to see this finisher fully strapped up with move damage medals and stuff. We still hit for 380k. He got a row break and still not able to kick out. So again, fully strapped opponent even. They're not kicking out. He did get a row break, so that's better than you know, pretty good. So I think that shows off how strong that finisher actually is, and that would only go way up if you had him strapped. So I think that's my favorite of the 3 movesets, just because it's such a big finisher. So I said I was going to talk about my thoughts on the event overall at the end and give my opinions. I think this is an amazing event, and I've actually heard some people complaining about it, which is kind of shocking to me. This is literally a free character that you get to play and try, which is the coolest thing they've done in the 2 years I've been playing, in my opinion. And you get a tour to do that is very easy to complete. In that tour, you get 10,000 points for the month-long contest. You get 3 pumpkins, each rarity. 1 of each rarity, 3 total. A legendary strap that even if you don't want to use it, you can sell for strap parts. 2 tier 3 medals and 2 tier 4 medals for free. Literally don't have to do anything, and they're giving that to you for free. Plus they're giving you a very, very strong character that you have 2 days to play and try, and now you can go hit the tour, do matches you haven't been able to complete, maybe the road and stuff. So make sure you take advantage of that, guys. And also, often we think about, I think too often, what we don't have, what we don't want, what we don't like. If this isn't a great event, I don't know what is. And I think it's worth it to express that, so Scopely knows that you liked it, you enjoyed it. This is exactly the kind of event I'd like to see more. I know I haven't been a content creator very long, and this is only my second preview, but this kind of event is something I would have loved to had when I wasn't getting the guy early to preview. So it's super, super awesome, and so many positives. Like I can't think of a better really event to run. You have to do almost nothing and you get a bunch of stuff free. Then you get to go have fun playing tours with this new beefy guy. So, and ultimately that's what games are about, is fun for me. So I just had to throw that out there and say that I think this is a great event. I'd love to see more like this. In my opinion, kudos to Scopely for doing it. Anytime you can play a new guy and you don't even have to all the coin gets rebated and stuff. Overall, it seems like they're doing a pretty great job for the first time trying this kind of event. There was some initial problems with the bags that got sorted. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. I would love to see more like this. It would be pretty neat if we got it every couple 3 months, or maybe, you know, when Masters of the Universe rolled out, new guys or whatever it might be. I'd definitely like to see more of these. So let me know what you think in the comments too. I know I tend to try and focus on positive things because there's a ton of negative, and games should be fun. And to me, this is a pretty fun midweek event. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And I hope you enjoyed this preview. Thanks for watching. Good luck out there.